I think he was chosen because they were going to do it about 10 years ago, but it never happened. So I think that's the reason that it was done then. And he was in a play at the Carrick Theatre, and he had noticed there were TV lights around. I think he might have sussed it. But Dad being Dad and the true pro that he was, he just played along. And they caught him at the curtain call. Well, Mum told us. Dad was away working, and she found a time and said, look, they're going to do your Dad's, this is your life. And Gareth and I were ever so excited. And I said, how are they going to do it? How are they going to do the catch him, you know? And so Mum said, it looks as though it's going to be at the end of the show. I said, oh, lovely. That'll be nice. But on the day of the recording, Dad was doing a broadcast in town. And Mum said, we have got to get him up. So she asked me and Gareth to make a noise so that he will get up. And we were rattling windows and banging doors and making a noise. And he said, what's all the noise about? Oh, I said, it's all right. Oh, I'm sorry, did we wake you? He said, yes, you did. Oh, I'm sorry. So on that, he got ready, went to the broadcast. So then it was all systems go, hairdressers and go and change and all of that, go to the place where it was being done. And we were all a bit on edge when it was coming to the end of the show. We saw it all on the TV, and Dad was taking his call, thank you very much, and all that. And then Eamonn came on, and it was, he just did it as I knew he would, took it in his stride and was there smiling, and you know. And yes, it was a lovely, lovely thing. Well, Dad was just so calm, and all the guests were coming on, and his sisters and some people, some friends, Bill Kerr, the Australian actor, Dave Aylett, who was in the RAF with Dad, and they were mobbed. They were talking, and Dad said, well, what are you going to do after the war? He said, well, I'm going to start a firm that makes false eyelashes. And Dad sort of went, ha, 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 ha. Well, okay. And he asked Dad, what are you going to do? He said, I think I'm going to have my voice trained in Italy. Turns out that Mr. Aylett, he was the famous eyelure, famous for making eyelashes all around the world, and for movies especially. And Dad could have gone into that business, and I would have been all right. At the end of each, this is your life, there's always a big reveal, and you haven't seen them for 30 years and they come on. And sometimes it's a brother in Australia and all that. Well, Eamonn said, well, here are two people that you haven't seen for ages and ages. This couple came on, and they came from America. Dad had never seen them in his life, nor had we. We never knew that they existed. Dad was so good. He acted like, oh, it's so and so and so and so. He acted it out lovely. We had never seen them in our lives, and haven't seen them or heard from them again. They'd never heard of Alfred Marks, and Thames TV phoned them to ask them to appear. They thought it was a scam to get them out of their apartment and they'd be burgled. So they were saying no, 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 and Thames had to really reassure them, no, this is honestly happening and you're going to come over and appear on somebody's This Is Your Life, Alfred Marks, and they must have said, who? And that was it, and that was the last reveal, you know, and you haven't seen them for a long time, and he hadn't ever seen them, ever. Dad said, if you're told about it, you would never do it. This is your life. And he was astonished that I'd kept it from him, because I very nearly let it out, I'm afraid. He was amazed that my mum kept the secret. Really. Dad would have taken it in his stride, but he enjoyed it. He really did. He really enjoyed it.